Welcome once again here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. My name is Paul Condry. I'm the president and founder of Regional Radio Sports alongside JP Jobert. It is a busy time of the season in the fall with all the teams across the country getting ready to start with their respective sports, as well as the winter sports that are coming on the horizons. And some of the hardest working people in all of education-based athletics are people who are involved in sports information. And one of them, glad to have here with us on Regional Radio Sports, Alexis Wildrick is with us. And Alexis, first of all, let's just this is your first go around as the full-time sports information director after coaching and after being an athlete. If anybody can relate to what the athletes are feeling, is you, because you've been there as a coach and as a player. So talk to me about what it's like trying to make this experience for the student athlete something that they'll remember, quite frankly, for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a freshman playing volleyball at Waynesburg University, we didn't really have a true media day. You know, it was kind of just come here, take your photo, and you leave. And so that's one of the biggest projects that I've really tried to enhance here at Bethel University, is making each media day an event. You know, whether that's taking photos, interviewing with you guys, and getting video content. So
give us an idea as the landscape has changed. I remember in the early days when Coach Mike Lightfoot first hired me to do this stuff. We weren't even doing these kind of things because we didn't have the video component that was available to us. We did some radio interviews on my radio shows and that type of stuff. So that was kind of the long and short of it. But as the media has really kind of, I don't know if I want to use the word matured, or as the media and the technology has become more innovative, I think there are more opportunities for this than there ever was before. So I know, and this, getting to know all the different moving parts of innovation. So let's talk about some of the things, and Carla Monteroli is with you here today. Some of the things you're trying to enhance for the student athletes, the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even just the range of shots in Media Day, we've gotten really creative, even using the back blue wall with some LED lights. And, you see that at the highest levels, Baylor University, they use the same kind of lights that we do. And just having more backdrops, more options, getting content, whether that's spiritual based, asking students, what are you reading in the Word this week, or just asking about their favorite things. So we really try to get a wide range of content at Media Day specifically, so we can use that throughout the year.
And a lot of times, some of the things that you take, just like when I do game prep, I probably only use 25% of all the stuff that I actually work on. And I know people say, that's an awful lot of work for wasted stuff. But if you have that one nugget at the most important time, that's when it really pays off.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that for specific leagues, you can't nominate a certain athlete if you don't have required photos. So for one league that we're a part of, if we don't have an action shot and a quality headshot of the athlete that we want to nominate, it doesn't matter if the stats are better than a competitive school. We have to have the shots in order to nominate.
Okay, so let's talk about that part of the job. I mean, there are so many different moving parts, because not only is Bethel one of the primary members of the Crossroads League, but associate members of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, and then, of course, the Casey. So there's so many moving parts.
Yeah.
So, how do you keep track of all the things, and what makes each league distinctly different?
Sure. I think as far as keeping track of it, just tag teaming it with Carla every week, making sure, hey, can you check we submitted all our stats to NCCAA, and making sure I have a binder that has all of our leagues, as you mentioned. And so that's just keeping track of that. And then I think coming off of the Crossroads League meeting yesterday, just the defining characteristic of our league is our shared faith. Kelsey Herber from Huntington University Volleyball, she gave a exceptional devotional yesterday at the meeting. So I think that's something that really goes well with the values of Bethel University.
Give us an idea when you took on this role. Certainly there was it's not a role that you certainly thought you'd be coaching someplace else. You're still coaching here as a junior varsity coach for the women's volleyball team, but you're still doing what you love. You did some work at the Baylor University volleyball camps this summer. Now you've got sports information on your table. Give us an idea on how you're able to juggle all the different things. And I mean literally, folks, juggling, because it's not like you've only got 4 sports or
Correct.
8 sports.
28 teams.
And so 28 teams, a wide variety of different athletes, wide variety of egos, you name it, they've got it. So how are you doing so far, kiddo?
I just take it week by week, if I'm completely honest. I take it week by week, and I just try to give priority to the sports that are in season. So that actually has expanded, so that's made it a little bit more difficult in the sense that bowling is starting on September 20th, so they've started earlier. Women's golf is now considered a fall sport, so a lot of those things have started a lot earlier, but really just communicating with Carla, hey, here's our plan for the week, this is how we're going to get it done, and that might mean that, we have to push off something for a winter sport or a spring sport, but just try to give priority to those athletes who are in season.
Give us an idea on how you just manage the social media stuff. I mean, there's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's all kinds of different things. I know in today's world, you can, if you post on one, it goes to all the other. There's all kinds of wide variety, and there's also other things that are involved in what you're doing. So give us an idea how you manage all.
Yeah, I think Box Out is a great tool that we use. So all that takes is, like you mentioned, you link your social accounts to that and you can post all at once. And then again, just tag teaming it with Carla. So what we like to do is she does a great job at making our game day graphics, and I can just go in and throw in a picture. But as long as everything else is populated, whether that's for post-game score report or just the details of the game that day, she gets that set up for me, and then I can go in, plug in the photo, and we're good to go.
When you look at the big picture of where you're at right now, I mean, it takes a lot of spiritual development in your own heart and mind's eye, because to be able to do what you're doing and stay strong in your faith. Walk me through the importance of always making sure that you're grounded in your faith.
That's a tough one. I think that,
But it's the most important
I think it's obviously easier said than done, and I think that God has honestly been so merciful to me in giving me so much support and so many people who want to come alongside me in that. And so, like, just to give a shout out to my husband, Carson Wildrick, every week we go to church together. That's our priority. We don't miss unless, something goes on. But he's a big influence in my life. And then I actually had one of the cheerleading athletes here approach me and ask for me to be their spiritual mentor this year.
Wow,
and
that's
so
awesome.
That was just honestly super unexpected, because last year I ran a midweek with her. And so for our listeners who don't know, our midweek at Bethel is a weekly Bible study that students are asked to go to for credit. And so there's a variety of topics. Some are viewing politics through the Bible, some are geared towards women, some are geared towards men, and just a wide range of topics. And so I ran one all of last year, different topics for the 2 semesters. And so I was a little disappointed that this year I wasn't going to be able to do that because of this new role. But then, the Lord opened this opportunity with Rachel, and we plan on reading through the whole New Testament in the year. So that's our goal.
That's awesome.
Big goal, but
that's a great goal to have. Once again, glad you've joined us here. It's been a busy time on the Mishawaka campus. We're inside the historic Goodman Gymnasium, where the Bethel men's basketball team was able to claim 3 red banners by playing in this amazing facility. Now it's, of course, now the home of Bethel men's volleyball. For Alexis, for JP, I'm Paul Condry. Once again, thanks for joining us here on Regional Radio Sports.